Okie dokie. Let's go. Let's do this. Uh-huh. How is everyone today? Everyone good? All right, let's have a look at the charts together and let's see what's going on. So I had a really late stream last night and I just wanted to kind of I really just wanted to do it for myself, really, to be honest with you. And I thought, okay, well, I'll just live stream. It's not a big deal. And I kind of had this idea about this kind of being some kind of bottom at the moment. Right now, the price action is just flat, very flat. It's effectively, there's some kind of range bound consolidation that's happening right now. That's what I see at the moment. Is New York open? Yep, New York's opened. The VWAP isn't really determining anything at the moment. It's quite flat. Above, below, above, below. It's not really offering anything. It is offering resistance and support, but it's not trending. And here on the order flow, you can see there's a few things you can see. Actually, it's quite interesting. Firstly, there is minuscule amounts of absorption here. Minuscule. You can see slightly lower CBD, slightly higher lows. Very minuscule amount of absorption. Not what we're used to, not what we've seen before. So that's obviously something to be concerned about. On the other hand, I'm not seeing crazy selling either, not at this range. Just a lot of lack of participation. Most of what I'm seeing right now is lack of participation, lack of liquidity, and so it's pretty difficult to see what's going on. You see here the OI is dropping, price is going down. What does that mean? Longs closing. See here the OI is going up, price is going down. What does that mean? Shorts opening. So you can see that there is some kind of shortishness in this range. Cactus Cake, hey, good morning, good afternoon. I bet you're feeling like a big polar bear. I don't know if you're a big polar bear or a big brown bear or a grizzly bear or a cactus bear. Yeah, there are no clues here. I can see what's happening is as the price goes down, the OI is increasing. So I am seeing shorting in this range. Not crazy, not heavy, but there is some kind of gentle shorting going on. I can see when the price is coming down, you're getting longs closing too. So that's quite weak as well. So there's a bit of a mixed message here. Feeling tired, it's over. Well, look, I think it's quite interesting that you say that, actually, because that's almost the sentiment we need for the next move. And so I think we're getting there, but maybe we're not there yet. But effectively, what the shit is this? This is what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking this was yesterday, this was on 74. See, look, yesterday 74. So we've gone from 74. That's why I was really surprised, because I did my stream last night at midnight. I was like, shit, why is it so high? How can, like, I don't know who's making this gauge, but you can tell it's a little bit lagging, yeah, because when you're looking at this, and right here at the bottom here, you're at 74. I wonder what it was like on 7th of June. Can we tell? Does it tell you? Historic values. Here. 7th of June, we were at 77. So from the 7th of June, we were on 77 till yesterday, we were 74. So it's only down 3 points. And from the peak there to here, where you've lost major support levels, you've lost the point of control, massive downtrend, lots of red candles, we've only lost 3 points. It was really weird. I was really surprised to see that. So I get the feeling that this is lagging quite a lot. Yeah. Why would it be 74 and then 64 today, 74 yesterday? It makes no sense. None of this makes sense, actually. Let's have a look at the last time we were low. Here it was. So we had a 43 in May, the 2nd of May. See that? 43. And where is the 2nd of May? Here. 43. So probably what I'm thinking, and that was correct, so that wasn't lagging at all, because that was a good time to pick up Bitcoin. The last time it was low as well was the 11th of May. Where is that? Perfect. See that? 11th of May. So actually you can tell that this picked out two of the two lows correctly. And for the first time, we've actually gone down. So we've lost this neckline and we're actually heading down. So potentially here, up, down. Don't know how low it's going to go. So what I was thinking it would be nice for this to go back down under 50. Let's see, that was May, wasn't it? Was the last time we were low? 23rd, 24th of January. Where's that? Yeah, perfect, isn't it? See that? So effectively, this fear greed index is picking out the bottoms for us quite nicely. And that's one of the that's really one of the conditions that I needed for kind of starting to become bullish. I needed this to go down. Okay, so we're still not there yet, but we are starting to make way. And the last time we were low again here was the 12th of September 2023. Where's that one? Perfect. Look, it was perfect. So the fear greed index has picked out the low here, and the lows here and here. Yeah, that's really what it's done. You can tell. And so really all you need to do is just wait for this to drop. And so then the next question is, how do you buy? How do you enter? Do you just enter when it goes right up again? So from the here it goes up to the 14th. Let me just investigate this a little bit more depth. It's a shame you can't really zoom in, but 12th, it's 30. It goes from 30 to 41 in one day. So it goes from the 12th to the 13th. It goes up 10 points, 11 points. So the 12th is actually green. So it is still lagging. But from the 12th to the 13th, it goes up 11 points. And even if you come in on the 13th, when it goes up, you're still at the bottom. You don't catch the absolute bottom, but you see the price doesn't come back underneath that point. So that's interesting. Let's have a look at this one. This one is January. Let's have a look at that. So the last peak that it was low before it went up was the 26th. Let's have a look at the 26th. Okay, so you miss it. You miss the bottom on the 26th. And here it's still at the lows. On the 27th, it goes up. That's basically the signal, because it goes from 49 to 55. It actually takes a jolt up. the 26th, and it jumps up again on the 29th. So 29th. I think here you could have bought two. The minute you see a jump here, that's your, like, it really, you just almost have to wait, not for the bottom, but for the repair. The minute it comes back up, you're not catching the absolute low, but it does give you confirmation. And here, look, the low here was the 2nd of May, and actually the jump up was the 4th of May. Let's have a look. There's the 2nd of May. Here's the 4th of May. So here, you're a little bit fucked because you're coming in a little bit late, and then it goes down again, and it comes up. So this is a little bit confusing. Almost, this is actually quite. It actually follows the price at the lows, huh? It's like an inverse head and shoulders. This one's a little bit trickier. So looking at this chart, it looks like 50% is acting as some kind of SR flip on the fear and greed index. Let me investigate that. So 16th of August, we lost this level. Let me look at that. That was that big drop here. Actually, interestingly enough, 16th of August was just before the big drop. See that? That's 16th and that's 17th. And so here you see on the 16th, it was at 50. Sorry, on the 17th, it was 50. And then the 18th, it was 37. So on the 6th, 17th, it was 50. Then it went to 37. Oh yeah, no, that was the drop. So that went to 50. Then it went to 37 there. So definitely no, it's definitely not leading. It's definitely lagging. It only tells you what's happening in the past by at least a day. So you can't get any kind of pre-warning from this. But it does, if you go into the minus 50, the next time it crosses back above 50, let's see this one, 31st of August. Let's have a look. Does that give you an indication? Nope, because that was a fake out. And it actually properly broke out here. th and 18th of October. That's where it actually broke out above 50%. Seventeenth of October. 50. 50. I think 50 is the mark, huh? I do think so. I think once we get back down to 50, that'll be some kind of support. It looks like it a little bit. There's some kind of support level. It's hard to kind of... Look at that. It was last bull market was up at 95. We only peaked out at 83, 3rd of March. And the low is 43. In the last bull market, the low went all the way down to as I say, I can't really zoom in, it doesn't really work. Yeah. I think just under 50 would be a good place. That's kind of what I'm saying. Hi, David. That's kind of what I think. I think probably we really want this to get down to about 50. And then obviously anything underneath 50 will be a good buy. And maybe we'll just find a little bit of support somewhere in the 50. So for the first time yesterday, it dropped 10 points. It went down from 74 to 64. So this is quite interesting. So it's a new development. And again, I'm very surprised that it's taken so long to fall, because you know, it's been quite bearish for a while. Yesterday I was kind of, in my mind, I was thinking to myself, maybe this is a good place for the price to have a little bit of a relief rally, and I'm possibly not on the same page at the moment. I'm probably thinking maybe not, just because I can see that the price action isn't crazy strong. Yeah, you're still putting in lower highs. The volume is pretty poor, and you know, we just keep on taking liquidity from the lows. Eventually that liquidity is going to give up eventually, and the only way for the price to move up will be market buying. And so you see on the 12-hour candle, you got this kind of depressingly ugly green doji. So there's a bit of indecision here at these lows, and maybe if it was high volume I would have been a little bit more impressed, but right now I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing some quite heavy volume selling and pull back, a little bit of a green doji, and it's not looking crazy strong right now. I just don't know if people are buying, and that's kind of the sentiment I'm getting. So you're getting take profits, pull the price back up, hit levels of liquidity. So you see on this 4-hour time frame, this 4-hour green candle is nicely holding the price as resistance. Yeah, there's not enough market buying to overcome the limit orders on that 4-hour green candle, and you can kind of see how that's reflected in the price action here. You see every time the price goes up, it's finding resistance at green candles. We still keep on putting in lower highs. Yeah, and there is some kind of level here holding. We're at it now. Yeah, so this is where really this is the kind of line in the sand now, because you're back at the lows, these lows. You're back at the lows, and this is the right place for the price to find support if it wants to. You're taking liquidity from the previous lows and you're closing lower. Effectively, that's really bearish. It's really bearish to experience that kind of behavior where you're taking liquidity from the lows and you keep on closing lower. The only thing that kind of makes me slightly bullish or somewhat bullish, is literally the only thing, is looking at Slerf's price action at the same time as Bitcoin. It's the only thing that kind of makes me think, could this actually be looking to reverse? Slerf on the right, Bitcoin on the left. I feel like Slerf's a little bit stronger here, huh? To me, it looks like Slerf is a little bit stronger in this current this price action. You see, we're getting green candles, and Bitcoin, we're getting red candles. Bitcoin is selling off more, Slerf is selling off less, and Slerf is having more of a bullish reaction at the lows here than Bitcoin. Slerf has gone and put a higher high there, Bitcoin has put in a lower high there. So that's the only thing that kind of makes me think, actually, maybe this has the potential to turn, and obviously it would require Bitcoin to turn. And so that's what's got my mind on still this kind of idea that maybe this is a local bottom here forming. We do have some kind of neckline here on this structure. It's not easy to see on Slerf. Something like that. There is a trade to be had here if this low holds, if these lows hold. Yeah. So the lower it goes, the more or the better the ROI on this kind of idea. It would just be a long with a small invalidation at the lows. I think now that you've put in a lower low here, the idea is the next one is going to be a higher low. Yeah, because you're trying to curve, aren't you? You're trying to round, or you're trying to, the price action is trying to form some kind of inverse head and shoulders here, potentially. Same thing on Slerf. And so obviously if you continue this kind of bearish movement and you put lower lows, then it's gonna, nothing changes. It just continues, bearishness continues. So there is a chance to long here. I think it's possible. I am in a long on Slerf. It's a very small one. Yeah, I'm not in profit. Oh, I'm in profit. Really just a gamble, really. I'm gonna actually set my stop loss to break even. I'll probably get stopped out. No, I probably won't. Just leave it. It's so small, it's not a big deal. And often I do that just to kind of gauge the market, to see if the market is bullish or bearish. I'll often take small shorts and longs and see which one does better. Not really caring about whether I make money off that, just to gauge the market, just to see what the market's like. So naturally, in all of this down move on Slerf and Bitcoin, it was better to short. And that doesn't change. It's just that potentially here, there is a potential for some kind of reversal so that's the only reason why I'm longing. Not because I'm suddenly bullish, but I do see a little bit of potential for the price to reverse. And, you know, let's see what happens. And then when I was looking at the price action yesterday, I was contemplating different ideas. And so this is the current one that I have in mind. So let's see. Okay, I don't know, it's just made this up, really. This could be totally fabricated, could be totally wrong. The other thing that I was thinking obviously was yeah, so that was my initial correction idea, wasn't it? Down to the, this actually went down to the, got to go, good stuff. Bonk is better than Slerf to buy when a correction. I think you're probably right, her Cactus. I think Slerf maybe maybe dead. Maybe dead. So I don't know what to do, really. I don't know whether to bother with Slerf now or to just move on. Look at that. It's miserable as fuck. And what's interesting about Slerf is you've got a low volume drop. There's no demand here. Literally no demand. No one is buying. Doesn't mean the price can't relief rally. It might be better to just move on to Pepe or to Bonk. You might be right. And just give up the ghost on Slerf. But what I've done is I've sent them a message and let's see. Because I like to give people a chance to... I don't really know what happened. I sent Slerf a message, what the plans for Slerf. Some people have been asking me. And I asked the same for Ambassador. I've had no response. So they're obviously keeping it to themselves or they don't know. And also on Meme Chat, I have no idea what happened because I sent money to an airdrop and I haven't received anything. Literally no information, no news, nothing. It's hard to know. I should probably go into the Telegram actually. Let me go to the Telegram, send them a message and see what's going on. Where is it? Meme Chat, where is it? Can't actually write here. Continue. Leave a comment. Oh, let's have a look. at Meme Chan to see what's going on. Be back, Slerf. What does that mean? Don't even know what that means. We have made him organize out. Telegram, please. Big update about protocol revenue. If you don't claim your pre-sale channel location, I don't even understand what this means. No, they don't really explain it well. I think their communication is poor. Pre-chan, oh yeah, pre-sale investors. If you get up to what's that? After recent Southern token unlock for Slerf NFT holder wasn't confirmed with meme Chan team, Chan token synced minus 50% in the day, we have decided to increase the period of rev share program with pre-sellers. We take full responsibility. I don't really know what that means. They like talking some kind of weird language that no one really understands. In attempt to make things in the right way, we decided that pre-sale investors that kept vesting. I don't know. I sent money to the pre-sale, but it says pre-sale tokens will be available for claim. How do I claim them? Vesting will be. Let me go into their website and have a look. Solana meme chain. All right, here, have a look. Let me have a look. I have to do it on my phone, don't I? Solflare. Let's have a look. So difficult. The crypto is so hard sometimes. It's no wonder that the world is scared of it. memechan.gg /vesting. Let's have a look. Connect your wallet. Let's connect. You are eligible. Good. How do I do it? Claimable. Vested amount. Claimable. Right. 27th of June. By claiming Chan, you're reducing your share in the revenue sharing program with pre-sale investors. I'll just keep them in then, I guess. So I have 59. So my 6 Solana gave me 59,000 Chan, which is shit. And then my NFT for Slerf gave me another 10,000. So in effect, I have 7 times 30, thereabouts $35. That was a massive loss. Massive loss. Anyway, that's crypto for you. It's all a scam, isn't it? It's all scammy, isn't it? It's very scammy, all of this shit. Breaking. Meme Chan. No one really knows. And that, I think the biggest problem is that you get 1 or 2 tokens which pump to the moon and people become unimaginably wealthy, and then everyone else wants to replicate that. And ultimately, a lot of people, most people get burnt. And that's why crypto gets its bad reputation. It's effectively what's happening. All right. So let's just focus on the technicals. Let's just go back to the technicals and forget about the fundamentals, which is all bad, really. So yesterday, Bitcoin closed it was a higher low. Oh, sorry, not a higher low. It was obviously a lower low, but it closed higher than the previous day low. What does that mean? Well, it means there was no liquidity all the way up to the close. Yeah. And it actually went all the way down. So there's liquidity lower down. And then you had the buy up. It pushed the price right up to above the previous day close. It does give me this kind of idea still that we're on top of some kind of support here. And once, twice, 3 times, maybe even 4, the price is trying to go down and it's failing. Yeah. It was quite an increasing volume sell yesterday. And you see how the price was held up. So I think today and these next few candles are going to be really important, because what if people stop selling? Yeah, and I know people are bearish. Yeah, and we'll have to see what happens when the momentum catches up with the market. But you see right now, the 1 hour momentum is, the 1 hour is quite flat, isn't it? Still down, but it's kind of flattening out. See, it's all flattening now. All the lower time frame range, moving average is quite flat. Relaxing sky. Hi, how are you all? We're all good. So the next kind of big moving average is going to be the 4 hour moving averages, I think. You find a little bit of resistance on the 2 hour midpoint, but you've got these kind of, this 4 hour moving averages is coming down like there's no tomorrow. Yeah, you see that? So I mean, I am wondering if we continue ranging here, if we still go down, and if we go up, we still go down. So potentially we're going to go down, but I think possibly we have to, yeah, it's a hard one. I think probably we have to see what happens. It's not looking bullish. No. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not looking bullish. If this was bullish, this green candle will be right up to the top by now. That's what I have in my mind. This is a really nice bullish. This is potentially a bullish close, and the next action would have been a buy up. Yeah, because you've closed within the wick, and you've got increasing volume with a swing failure. The next action should be a buy up. And actually, what I'm seeing right now is a failure of people buying. It's really evident. And so even though potentially this is bullish formations of candles, I think if the sentiment was bullish, this would have been brought up. But the problem right now is the sentiment is people are losing confidence and they're not buying. That's really what's happening right now. That's what it looks like. So even though it could be bullish, if the market isn't ready for it, if the market isn't showing the same kind of sentiment which requires aggressive buying, then it doesn't really matter if you're on support. It doesn't really matter if the price has held some previous lows. It doesn't really matter if you've had a swing failure with increasing volume. If no one is buying, it doesn't matter, does it? And even though yesterday I was thinking to myself, let's go up, let's do this, you know, this could be good. It was about 1 a.m. It was about there. You see, nothing's happened. There's been no change. The price is basically at the same place, and we're actually putting in lower highs here. So hope TRVL insiders not dumping. Nah. I'm so not worried about TRVL. You'll be surprised. Yeah, you'd be shocked. Yeah. Honestly, obviously I wanted us to hold something like that. Didn't happen. And the reality is that, and this is what I told people from the beginning, that I'm not all in TRVL. I have a good position. I have a large bag, but I'm not all in. And my long-term strategy is accumulation. Yeah, I've already told people that that's what I'm doing. I don't really care that the price has dropped. I do care. I care because obviously I don't want to see people feel annoyed that they've bought and they've lost value. And obviously none of what I'm saying is financial advice. People have to make the decisions for themselves about how they approach their own investments. You know, I've told people what I'm doing. For me, it works and it's very stress-free because I'm not all in and I'm still looking to buy more. Right now, I wasn't looking to buy the pump. I was buying the dips, but I wasn't buying the pump. And now we're looking at a correction. So I'm looking to buy the correction. It's not really a problem for me because the price now is at 3.5 cents. And a few weeks ago, it was at 12 cents. Yeah. So I'm literally getting it for a quarter of the price for a token that I honestly value above 9 cents. I value it above 9 cents as the lowest, as the eventually in the future. I think 9 cents is going to be the floor of this token. In the future, the price obviously has to kind of somehow get up there. But eventually the 9 cents will be a level to be reckoned with. So at the moment, I'm just looking at this price action. I'm going, okay, it's not a problem because in the future, this will ascend above 9 cents. That will be the floor. And I'm just getting it for significantly cheaper than the price that I have in my imagination. So I'm not really too worried. And the other thing that to bear in mind is that what we're experiencing, the whole of crypto is experiencing, this isn't unique to TRVL. I think TRVL has been quite resilient in context. But look, if I go to any other token, let's go to Fetch. That's like, that's everyone's darling dream, like everyone's lovely token that people are like been talking about. Fetch. Everyone's been saying fetch. How bullish is that? Well, how bullish is Fetch? Let's have a look. There you go. What'd you do? So Fetch is down from 3.5. It went all the way down to $1 last night. It's a little bounce now. Back test the previous all-time high. It's a good place to buy, actually. You know, is this bearish too? Like, how do you judge bearishness? Because of a pullback, because of a correction, because of the price coming back into some kind of support level? Is that bearish? I think that's normal price action. So for a token like this, which has already pumped quite a lot, I think that's normal price action. And in context, and context is really important. Looking at TRVL, yeah. There's no real difference, is there? Now, when is the selling going to stop? When will the price find support? When are we going to finally have some kind of relief? Should I start buying? Well, I've been telling people let the price slow down. So maybe people aren't buying yet, you know. Maybe some people have listened to me and are just being patient and just waiting for the price to settle down, waiting for the price to bottom out. Yeah. So you're going to get people with weak hands dispose of their token at 3.5 cents. Maybe they're looking for lower, maybe they're just done with this token, or maybe they're looking to buy back when they feel like the market is finally bottomed out. I think the altcoins have had a very unusual run this time. because we haven't really had an alt season. Some coins have pumped, but really the alts in general have been bleeding against Bitcoin, and that's reflected in Bitcoin dominance. And so we've seen altcoins bleed into Bitcoin just to push Bitcoin up, because of this kind of expectation of some kind of explosive Bitcoin move into all-time highs, which hasn't happened. Okay, so there's a lot of expectation and a lot of disappointment, and that's reflected on the altcoin market. But it's, you know, like TRVL is still undervalued. Yeah, you look at the value of TRVL now. You seem like a noob trader. You do not know what you're talking about. I seem like a noob trader. You do not. That's funny. Whatever. You fuck off. You fuck off then. You noob trader. You fuck off, you piece of shit. You can't. I'll fucking block you. I'm a noob trader. Get lost. Come and join my channel if you're not going to be polite, disrespectful. I'm going to be polite, disrespectful. I'm going to be rude and disrespectful to you, noob trader. Whatever. I think the price needs to settle down. So when you look at TRVL, the market cap is 10.8 million market cap. It's not that much, and in context of the project, I think it's quite overvalued. Everything that they've done and everything they're doing, I think it's undervalued. Yeah, that's the fundamentals. Like it's hard to gauge the value, but for me, I think it's undervalued because they're building a real world network, and that network is continuously growing. Okay, so there's no reflection in value, is there? That's the problem. And the problem right now is crypto as a whole. It's got nothing to do with individual projects, and there's no way to know what will happen. And so when people watch me or they listen to me, I always say I have no idea about the future, but I have been able to kind of give indications about what needs to happen for the price to go up and what mustn't happen for the price to not go up and to go back down. Okay, that's basically it. I think here people are just waiting for the price to settle down. Okay, so it's a tricky one, but I don't really see crazy buying right now. I see a lot of selling and no buying. Some people are putting limit orders, but the reality is I think a lot of people are just waiting and just being really patient. And so all you're seeing is a reflection of a lack of participation right now, and just people just like myself, just waiting for the price to just settle down and finally kind of find the floor and maybe start to range. And so you see the price still hasn't been ranging, and we have to see what happens. Okay, no one really knows. And that's really what I've been saying. I'm saying let the price settle, let the price kind of find its feet, and that's got everything to do with Bitcoin. And so naturally when Bitcoin is looking on edge, altcoins will suffer, and that's just the way it works. But in the future, when Bitcoin is pumping, altcoins are going to pump significantly more. And timing is really important. So you might ask yourself, well, when is a good time to sell? When is a good time to buy? Should I be buying? Should I be selling? My strategy for TRVL, first of all, I'm not all in. Okay, most of my value is not in crypto. Okay, as crypto only is a small percentage of my value, and as I've always told people, in a bull market you should be buying the pullbacks, you should be accumulating in the pullbacks. So naturally in this pullback, People watch you. No people watch you, but I do it for fun. I am fascinated by... Oh, now you're fascinated by my crypto analysis. First I'm a noob and now you're fascinated. Dude, if you want to be rude to me, I'm going to be rude to you. Yeah? You're going to start coming onto my channel and saying shit. I'm going to say shit to you. I don't give a shit. You know who you are. Some random person in the middle of nowhere with no face telling me, because you're a noob. You're a fucking noob. Fuck off. I'm a noob. Fuck you. Yeah. Stop coming to my channel and being rude. Yeah. I'm a noob. Why am I a noob? I'm a noob. Why? I'm a noob. You're a noob. I can tell you why you're a noob. You're a noob because you come on random channels insulting people. That makes you a noob. Makes you a noob, not me. Because you got wrecked. Dude, my value's not even in crypto. How do you think I got wrecked? Yeah? I've got 10 properties in London. None of it's in crypto. And I'm wrecked. I'm wrecked? How am I wrecked? You're an idiot. My strategy for the crypto bull market is to accumulate the dips and to scale in. How am I wrecked? You're an idiot. You know nothing. You come on my channel, you start saying shit, and then you're making shit up. So, no, you're an idiot. You're a noob. And literally, I don't even know how to ban you, but I think you should just get lost. Hide user on this channel. There you go. You're hidden now. Now fuck off. A fucking insulting guy comes into my channel telling me I'm a noob. How am I a noob? Only a small percentage of my values in crypto. It's all in TRVL. Yeah. I don't have any other altcoins. I bought at the lows and I'm looking to scale in more. In the dip. This is the dip. And he's calling me a noob. Because I got wrecked. How did I get wrecked? I'm buying spot TRVL. How am I getting wrecked? I'm not selling. How am I getting wrecked? Shut the fuck up. Yeah? How rude are you? Disgusting human. Go to your little corner of the world and do your own stupid things or whatever you do. Don't come here and start talking shit in my channel. Yeah? I'm here just helping people. I'm not here doing anything. Just here telling people good places to buy and sell. People can do what they want. Yeah? I'm not telling people to buy and sell. And I've been telling people BTC's been bearish for the last week. You're telling me, you're calling me a noob. Shut the fuck up. Idiot. Go and look at my videos. Go and watch all my videos. And come and call me a noob. Yeah? What an idiot are you? Look at this. 7 days ago. BTC ready for 63K. Alts in trouble. 7 days ago I posted that. I've been bearish all week. When BTC was at the top. Yeah. When was that? Here. I was saying BTC's ready for 73K. You're calling me a noob. I've been telling people this is bearish. And you're calling me a noob. You're saying I got wrecked. No, I didn't get wrecked. I'm in spot on TRVL. And I'm building my position. Yeah. I'm a higher time frame position trader. Trading the cycle. I'm not trading minute candles on the day-to-day or second candles like you and trying to become a billionaire in 2 seconds. No. I'm playing the long game. Yeah. So shut up. You're coming onto my channel and making shit up. Get lost. Go somewhere else. Yeah. Go to other places. Do whatever you want. Don't come here and talk shit. Anyway, you're blocked now, so you can't say shit. Come back if you want. If you don't want to come back, don't come back. I don't care. Don't do this for you. I don't do this for money. I don't want money from people. I want people to be safe. That's why I tell people this is what it looks like. Okay. It's no big deal. But anyway, I'm here mapping out the price movement, and on the most part, I've been accurate. Whether you accept that or not, that's not I don't give a shit. Yeah, I don't care about you. You're nothing. You're nobody. You're insignificant little worm. Disrespectful, rude idiot. All right, apologies for that, guys. I had to vent because the guy's an idiot coming onto my channel and saying, making shit up. So when it comes to TRVL, look, the most important thing is that we find support, right? And in the context of Bitcoin dumping, this is all this is. This has got nothing to do with TRVL. This has got everything to do with Bitcoin. And what I've said in the past is that we just need to see a higher low. I think we will see a higher low. I think I think we're going to see a high low, but I'm not quite sure where and when and exactly that's going to happen. All right. And we just have to wait and see when that happens. The other thing to bear in mind is that this kind of fast down move has the potential to lead to a fast up move. And so we just have to see when and how that happens, and how the price will react in the future. A lot of people are bearish on crypto and Bitcoin, you know, and I think that is required for the price of Bitcoin to explode up. And so that's what people don't understand. It's all logical. Yeah. The price isn't going to go up unless you have a massive short squeeze to the upside. And what people don't understand is how the market moves. The market moves because of market orders. And it's one thing for the whole market to be buying market. It's another thing when the market isn't buying market. So when the market isn't buying market, then how does the market move up? It requires shorts to be invalidated. It requires shorts to be squeezed out of their position. And that is with market buy orders. That's the stop loss, the stop market. As simple as that, really. And so you kind of need bearish sentiment for the market to move up. You can't move up when the market isn't buying. And so naturally what needs to happen is the market needs to be shorting until eventually you get one gigantic squeeze. And then once that happens, the market changes, and then people start buying again. And so right now we're not in that situation. And despite what idiots come onto my channel and say, I've been saying that this has been bearish since the top here. I've been talking about it. If you don't believe me, just go and watch my videos. And if you don't want to go and watch my videos, then stop coming on my channel and making shit up, because you don't have a clue. Okay. I've been bearish on Slerf. I've been bearish on Bitcoin. I've been bearish on the whole market. Okay. I've been posting it in my videos. I've been posting it in my titles. Yeah. I've been talking about bearishness. So for people to come onto my stream and say, oh, you're a noob, you got wrecked. One, I didn't get wrecked. Okay. Most of my value is in property. How am I wrecked? My businesses are not in crypto. Okay. Crypto for me is a hobby, and I'm building a large, higher time frame position on TRVL, because I think TRVL is extremely undervalued, and the network that they're building is, in my mind, it's off the charts. In the future, it's going to be a big deal. Whether you listen to me now or not, I don't give a shit. Literally, I don't care. I don't care if this idiot Relaxing Sky comes onto my channel and says, you're a noob. Don't buy TRVL. Actually, I don't want you to buy TRVL. I don't want you to get wealthy. Don't buy it. Okay? I'll be happy for you to not become wealthy in the future because of your negative, bitterness. You lost some money and you're coming onto my channel to spout some of your poison? No. Fuck off. I didn't lose you any money. You lost yourself your money. You got wrecked. I didn't get you wrecked. Yeah? If you listened to me, you wouldn't have been buying. You would have been selling. Because that's all I've been saying people should do for the last week. I've been saying people should be selling. I've been saying our wave 5 is over and we're in a zigzag correction. And in zigzag corrections, it's better to sell. So, and you're still calling me a noob. Whatever. Fuck off. All right. So, like I said earlier on, even though yesterday I was a little bit kind of optimistic that maybe we'd hit the floor, now when I'm looking at the price action, I'm seeing that it's not exactly what I had hoped or imagined. And this kind of 12-hour doji yesterday, it wasn't a sight, it wasn't a pleasant sight. And so we haven't really had the reaction that we needed. No, I really don't care. I hope he comes back and listens to me, because he's a loser himself. But whatever, you know, call me a noob if you want. I don't care. But don't come on my channel and insult me and make shit up. Yeah, because you come on and calling me a noob, but I actually haven't been bullish. I've been bearish. So how can I be a noob? I've been selling, I've been shorting, and yet you still call me a noob. I've been telling people don't buy, yeah, no longs, and he's still calling me a noob. Yeah, literally on my Twitter. Literally, what am I saying on my Twitter? Where is it? Need a sign of strength. No need to long until we see that. Yeah, so how am I wrecked? I'm telling people not to long. Yeah, I'm not longing. If I long, it's just small positions just to test the market, just to see what happens. Lose a couple of dollars, no big deals. Yeah, but I'm not longing right now. I'm just waiting for confirmation. If anything, I'm shorting. Yeah, I longed today a couple of times. I got stopped out. Lost about $5. Big deal. Oh, I'm wrecked. He lost by $5 and he's wrecked. Idiot. Okay. Anyway, everything's entertainment value only. No hard feelings. You know, it's all fun. It's all laughs. It's all shits and giggles, isn't it? We just do this for fun. What will happen is that the market is going to be caught offside, yeah, in the future. That's why I imagine for the future. I think in the future the market's going to be caught offside. What does that mean? It means everyone is going to be bearish, and then the market's going to suddenly explode to the other direction. But in this context and this range, this isn't really this could have held, but really it's not holding. You can see that it's kind of struggling. Yeah, you wouldn't short, but you probably wouldn't long right now. Yeah, it's a hard one, but you probably wouldn't just willy-nilly long. At the very least, you want the price to come back to a good place for there to be some kind of risk to reward. And it's tricky because look where we are. We're in the local, we're at the value area low. We're stuck between the value area low and the point of control. We're nowhere near the golden pocket of this local price move. We're making lower highs. I mean, if the price was to go up, you'd want a long here, right? But the problem is that you're getting weakness. You're not getting strength. And the way for the price to move up is to squeeze up. I don't think people are market buying right now, and that's the problem. And so then the next question is, are people putting enough limit orders to absorb the selling? Because people are obviously selling. They're selling because you can see that we're getting lower highs. And we're in that kind of situation where I think it's probably better to wait for strength. Yeah. In this context, what would be strength? Well, it wouldn't be difficult to see. You'd probably go up, take out these highs, fall back down, and find support on the point of control. Probably in this kind of context, if you see that kind of price action, then you could probably scale into the point of control with an invalidation underneath one of these lows, with the idea of the price going to the top of the range. Doesn't mean that this becomes bullish. It just means that we're in some kind of range bound price action, which is what I'm seeing at the moment. It's more likely to be range bound than anything else. And we still haven't really turned the market at the lows right now. So is it looking strong? It's kind of indecisive right now. There's a little bit of indecision in the market. I think people are bearish, and the price action is looking quite bearish, but at the same time, no one is mad selling. all that's happened is you're getting small sales and there's not enough limit orders to hold the price. So not only are you getting not enough selling, not much selling, you're not getting much buying either. Okay, and naturally that's leading to lower prices, and so we're still bleeding. That's what's happening right now. I did look at BTCD yesterday and I thought to myself, this could be good. Maybe we're actually turning, because I had this kind of bearish harmonic idea. Okay, but still my area of interest is higher up, so until we get there, I'm still thinking to myself that we haven't bottomed out yet. I really want the price of the percentage of BTCD to get into that higher bracket before I have a little bit more confidence about the bottom to be in. And then the other thing that I was looking at last night was USDTD, and I can see that USDTD is coming into the value area high. Yeah, so it's coming into resistance. What I would like to see here is a little bit of a test and a rejection at the same time that BTCD comes into some kind of resistance, at the same time potentially that this Pax Gold comes into resistance against BTCD, and at the same time I'd like to see BTC to finally fall into support. Okay, so where is support? Are we at support right now? Well, I think the problem is that with BTC, we've cleared a lot of the liquidity, and that's problematic because we don't have any order blocks here, and I just can't see how the price is going to move up without order blocks. Yeah, you see how these wicks have come down. You had one wick come down, one wick came down and cleared the orders from this order block here, from this red candle. Another wick came down and cleared the orders from the wick. This red candle came down, came all the way down and cleared the liquidity from the low and the rest of the order block. And look where we are now. We've come up, we've retraced as far high as we can, but actually we're back underneath yesterday's close, which is really bearish. It's really bearish price action right now. So the problem is that even though it's at a good place where the price could find support, there's just no more limit orders. The limit orders are running out. Yeah, you're running out of limit orders, and even though you're not getting crazy selling, you're not going to get market buying in this market right now. The market buying should have happened last night with this swing failure. So you had this kind of major swing failure yesterday. That's where you're going to get market buying here, and that's kind of what you do with swing failures. You buy, you take your profit. So they're good trades to take, these swing failures. I talk about them a lot, and so you can see here that you had a swing failure here, and then you get market buying, and then here people are taking profit. You have another swing failure, same area, and so here you're getting buying again. You see this last one, you got a big buy, and again you're getting people taking profit. And so what eventually happens is two things. Firstly, you see with the second swing failure here, you're putting in lower highs, so already there's not enough market orders to clear the limit liquidity to push the price higher. There's too much. Basically what's happening is there's too many orders here selling into the price. There's not enough market orders here clearing the order books to take the price higher, and so naturally you're coming into resistance. And then when you're taking profit, you're obviously selling after you've bought, and then the price comes back down, and then it's clearing any other orders that are in the order books. And so naturally you're running out of orders in the order books, and that's what's happening right now. So even though yesterday there was a chance, I can tell you right now it's not looking good. It's really not looking good. Even though right now people are looking at this and they're going, this looks like, oh, look at this. This is like a inverse head and shoulders pattern. It is actually. It's an inverse head and shoulders pattern with a sloping neckline, which I don't like. I don't like sloping necklines. I like horizontal necklines. So let's just say for the sake of argument, it is horizontal. Yeah. This is the right shoulder. Okay. But the problem is, where are you going to you find your liquidity to go up. So we'd have to see what happens where we take out this low here and come back into this order block here. Yeah, you get a reaction here, and that's kind of really a good place for the price to find local support. Effectively this golden pocket on the swing failure of this pivot. You get a good reaction, yeah, and then you still have to put in a higher high in this local price action. So effectively what you have to see in this local price action now is quite a pivotal moment. See here, we're about to lose the local point of control, so that's quite bearish too. But this would possibly be a good long if you get a swing failure of that pivot. That would be the reaction. And you get the reaction with a swing failure. Then you need to the price needs to go up and it needs to take out that high. Yeah. Otherwise, you'll just end up again with the same problem, with a lower high, and the price will just do that. Okay. And I think in this context, this is more likely just because the price action is looking quite limp and it's looking quite weak. But obviously that would still be a good place to long, at the very least, to set your order to break even if you long and you're in profit. But again, I'm not seeing strength, and so you'd have to see a really strong reaction, and that reaction would have to literally have to squeeze all the way up and take out these highs, and then you'll be looking at a change. And you don't actually have to catch a reaction like that. You could always wait for the pullback. But the problem also, you have to bear in mind that even if you do create that kind of price action, you could still be putting in lower highs like that. Yeah, you could still be putting in lower high, and this could still be lower lows. Yeah, so even if you create local bullishness and do that, it could still just go up, find resistance, and be sold into. And the market sentiment doesn't give us the conditions for people to chase these pumps with high limit orders as the price is ascending, and that's the problem. And so then naturally what would happen in that situation would be for the price would lose support, trying to come back down to find support, and there would be none, because then no one is chasing that. People are just selling into the pumps right now. So potentially we could still be range bound, and it could get quite volatile, but it's still continuously looking weak. It's not looking strong. Okay, so just bear that in mind. I think strength is going to need but just, I mean, look at these daily candles. I mean, what do you need to see for strength? Yeah, it's not hard. You kind of need these high volume candles reversed. So here in this context, we kind of need the price to just get back above this neckline, really. And that's only about $67,000. Yeah. So if the price can get back above $67,000, yeah, that's fine. The price can get back up above there. I think people will be longing like there's no tomorrow, because that would actually look quite bullish. Yeah. But right now you wouldn't be longing except for scalping, except for quickly taking your profit, because the market sentiment is bearish. And anyway, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because you don't long here, you can long higher up, otherwise you can long lower down. And lower down, I'm still looking for the golden pocket here. That still corresponds with my weekly level and daily level here as well. Okay, and monthly level. So there's quite a strong area of liquidity, and so that's all it really is. It's about where's the liquidity, where are the orders, where are the order blocks. You see on the daily time frame, we've got this red candle here. Yeah, that's your order block, with the most of the orders being at the daily level at the bottom of that candle. So if you do get a push down, it'll be quite a fast move, because there's a bit of a gap here, and then you could get a nice reaction from this area. Yeah, and then obviously if you see a reaction, you could take that long into this area of interest, but then you have to see the price it will look for resistance. It will look for where people are looking to sell into that. So you get a reaction, you could go up, stop the late shorts, and then you'll still be looking for the longs to take profit and then shorts to re-enter. So it's still potentially bearish. But what you want to see here, if you do kind of get a really good reaction, is some kind of pattern, a bottoming pattern here that will form to give you confirmation that this is the bottom. Okay, and so we had some kind of bottoming pattern here. It's kind of like an inverse head and shoulders type pattern, or here you could argue that this was some kind of V-shaped recovery, or some kind of Adam and Eve, like a V and the rounding bottom. Okay, and that's kind of what you're looking for here. We're looking for potentially some kind of bottoming pattern. If you don't see a bottoming pattern, then it's too early. Yeah, and the only way other thing that could happen would be a V-shaped recovery. But I think in the context of the way the price has moved, and I say this a lot, V-shaped recovery is unlikely, but let's just say what is required for a V-shaped recovery here? Well, you'd have to go down, have a really nice reaction, and power up all the way up to take out that pivot there. That would be a V-shaped recovery. Yeah, just taking out that local high, that lower high there in one move. That's what you're looking for. And then does it continue to come back down to go up, or does it do the same thing as what happened here, where you get a V-shaped and then you get kind of some kind of rounding or something bottom here? Okay, and then the bearish case of that kind of behavior would be just to lose the V and go straight back down and just take the low. So an invalidated V is ultra bearish. Obviously a V shape is bullish, but if you invalidate it with a lower low after you've taken out the high, then you can just sell that. This is just really bearish. You can just ignore it and just sell it. Okay, and so there's a few things that can happen here, right? We just have to see what happens. I was thinking last night that maybe we could find a little bit of support here, but I'm not seeing it right now. Okay, so it's worth trying one or two small longs to see what happens, but there's no need to keep on longing if the price action is still showing weakness. There's really no need. So it's probably better to continue to short, to be honest with you. Look at Slerf, painfully miserable. The price action, look at this. So you've got we've had a big kind of, that looks a little bit like a liquidation, this candle here. Look at that high volume on the 15-minute time frame. It looks like there's a little bit of a powerful selling. This is still bearish, so Slerf is still bearish. Look, we're coming back under, we're coming underneath the buy bit value area low now. For all intents and purposes, this could have been strong because you put in a higher high, but we've lost the golden pocket. You see, that's really weak. And so in this context, you definitely wouldn't long Slerf, 100% wouldn't long Slerf. To long Slerf here, the only way to long Slerf here would be a sign of strength. And in this context, a sign of strength would be to just get back above the golden pocket, find support, get back into this local value area. That's the first sign of strength that you'd be looking for at the local time frame. Or another swing failure, you could do that with high volume, but again, you'd be looking to sell into that. You wouldn't hold on to that. Okay, and that's the problem, because you can take the swing failures, but it's basically a scalp to take profit into the first line of resistance, which in this context would be the buy bit value area low. So I thought it had potential yesterday, but right now, since I started the stream, I've been obviously telling you, despite that stupid interruption by that idiot, I've been telling you this is actually quite bearish. Okay, how did I get wrecked? What the fuck? How come people come here and say shit? Yeah, no, I didn't take profit on TRVL because I'm invested. I'm an investor in TRVL for the higher time frame duration, for multiple years. Yeah, what the fuck? How am I wrecked? I'm about to buy a shit ton more of TRVL and you're saying you're wrecked. Well, I'm happy for people to sell. Like, actually, this is what people don't understand. Yeah, I was looking to buy a lot more TRVL higher up. it doesn't really make any difference. I was looking to buy more TRVL. Now, I was going to buy it if the price was holding up. It makes no difference in the context of whether I was going to buy more TRVL or not. I was going to buy more TRVL regardless of the price. Yeah. It's more about the time for me than the price. And that's what people misunderstand. They think trading is about price. No, trading is about time as well. Time is really important. Yeah. And a lot of people forget that. They think it's only about the price. They don't forget about it. Timing is just as important, if not it's more important. And I was waiting for the right time, not really concerned about the price. It makes no difference. I was looking to buy more TRVL in the first place. Now the question then is, do you buy it higher up or lower down? Well, look, I didn't really want to buy it lower down because I've already said in many of my streams, it says I don't really want it to go lower down because it will start looking bearish. Yeah. And therefore I haven't been buying this drop because I've been waiting for it to settle, right? I was happy to buy higher up. If I suddenly saw the price action do this and this and this, I'd be buying higher up. It doesn't really matter because I'll be seeing bullish price action. I'll be looking for an explosive move to the upside. We didn't see that. So obviously I haven't been buying higher up because there's no reason to buy higher up where there's potential for the price to drop. Okay. Now that the price is dropping, and really the key moment in this price action, even though people probably think it was when we lost the highs or didn't get past 9 cents, there's lots of reasons where you can kind of make an argument or make a case. In my mind, it was not holding or losing 5.5. Okay, because 5.5 was key support resistance for me. Okay, when you start losing that became problematic. So you see, up to that point, it was kind of in between, yeah, up and down. The minute you lose 5.5 cents, and then we back tested it, see that back test, and you see now the selling has begun. And that's normally what happens. And as I've always said, and I'm not going to change my point of view, I'm not giving financial advice. People have to make their own decisions. It's their money, it's their responsibility. They have to do what they think. Okay, I have an idea, and my ideas are evolving and they change on a regular basis depending on new information and new price action, right? I have an idea, I might try and trade it, but then I will also have an invalidation. So people have to have that invalidation. So what's my invalidation for this bull market? I'm holding TRVL until euphoria. That's as simple as that. Okay, I'm accumulating TRVL until euphoria. Okay, one day in the future we're going to have a crazy amount of euphoria in the market. That's the cue. Okay, so if euphoria happens and TRVL is trading at 30 cents, or if euphoria happens and TRVL is trading at whatever cents, that will be the cue. Up to that point, I'm not selling. Okay, I am going to be one of those people who are buying. I'm going to make this so illiquid that when in the future people want to buy, there'll be no TRVL for people to buy. That is my game plan. I've been telling people my game plan from the beginning. And I'm not all in crypto. My brother and I, we have like 10 properties and businesses. It's not in crypto. So I've already said that. I keep on saying that. I'm not all in crypto. I've been looking to buy more TRVL. It's not a big deal. But I'm not trading it. Okay, I'm not buying and selling because I don't want to influence the market. I want to just have a really objective view of the market. And I've already told people I'll be looking to buy and sell higher up with increasing volume and with increasing liquidity. Okay, but even then, I'd rather TRVL be on derivatives because I prefer using derivatives to trade. I don't really enjoy trading spot. Thank you, Craig. So anyway, look. And at the end of the day, I'm trying to help, but people need to help themselves. And you have to have, right from the beginning when I started streaming, I was telling people, you can't be all in. Whatever you put in crypto, it has to be disposable income. You have to take profit. You can't be all in. You have to have spare cheddar on the side for dips. Because at any point in time, I always say this, despite what I'm saying, at any point in time, crypto can do this and crypto can do that. I've always said that. Yeah, that's my experience. Yeah, so regardless of what I say or what I do, you always have to imagine the possibility of crypto doing something completely different. And that's why it's always a good strategy to not be all in and to have, and the people who are upset. So this idiot comes on, Relaxing Sky, he's calling me a noob and then he's saying I got wrecked. Firstly, I'm not wrecked. Secondly, I'm not all in. And thirdly, I'm looking to buy more TRVL. Of course, I don't want this to go down. Don Burt, thanks for your insight. Appreciate it. I'm a trader of 2 years. Always good to hear a perspective of others. Ignore the troll if I haven't. Well, I mean, he's banned now. But I mean, I'm going to address it because I think people need to be shut. Need to be, bullies need to be bullied. If he's a little bit of a twerp, a young kid probably. Well, I'm not just going to sit here and accept his insults. Anyway, TRVL is an RWA project, and these projects are off the radar. So in the future, they're going to be on the radar. And so you kind of want to invest when they're off the radar. I think any smart investor will tell you that you don't really invest in projects when everyone has heard about them. You kind of invest in them when they're off the radar. I don't like the price action. Of course I don't. I'm not happy. But at the same time, I see it as an opportunity. Yeah, it didn't do what I was hoping, which was some kind of rounding bottom for a breakout. That would have been perfect. And I think the main reason why is Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin is just basically been extremely strange this year. It's made an all-time high before the halving. It got past the golden pocket before the halving, and it's failed to breach the all-time high after it breached it the first time. And so obviously Bitcoin is causing a lot of problems for the altcoins, but it's just an opportunity, really an opportunity for people to just keep on looking to buy. I'm looking to buy other altcoins too in this big dip, but TRVL I'm focused on because I know the team are good. Yeah. And so while people are thinking to me, people are like, this is the thing, the experience that I've had now in the last couple of weeks or so with Meme Chan and Slerf, yeah, has affirmed to me how important having the right people are. Yeah, and that's given me actually I've got more confidence now in TRVL and Dtravel than I had weeks ago. Yeah, because I've seen how people have messed up opportunities, and it's basically the problem is with the people. So I don't even know what's going on, but there's some kind of shit going on between Meme Chan and Slerf Capital. As a result, all of their tokens have crashed beyond imagination. Yeah, and now they're starting to trash talk each other publicly. Look, after the recent Slerf Capitals, no one even knows. You haven't even told us. And so you've got a lot of shit going on. And so that actually gives me a lot more confidence, because I know these guys on Dtravel personally, and honestly, I couldn't pick a better group of people. Honestly, yeah, I really couldn't. And that's all. I'm just going to keep on talking about it, and we'll see in the future what happens. Maybe I'll be wrong. Who knows? Maybe I'm right, but I'm not gonna fade out on it. Where is the? It's probably at the bottom, isn't it? About completely different vibe, huh? Completely different vibe. All of these people have been in Dtravel since 2021. We're still here. They're all still here. Yeah, still working, still building, still committed. Ty, Bruno, Drew, Cynthia, James, Eric, Quinn. I've never met Trang, and I haven't met Jeremy. Okay, and they're still here. They're still working hard, still building, still trying to make the world a better place, still building an application that has a real world use. Yeah, very different vibe to what I just experienced in this Solana meme madness. Okay. And luckily for me, it was a gamble, and I didn't really care. Like, whatever, shit happens. And now whatever crap tokens I ended up with, NFTs, whatever, I'll hold it until the end of Euphoria and see what happens, because you never know, right? But this, we're talking about a real world business that's going to attract real world value. And the real world value that this will attract in the future is going to be capital funds, investor funds, that kind of real world value. That kind of value isn't going to be it's going to be attracted to meme coins, and certainly not going to be attracted to meme coins which have people or peoples responsible who are far from adequate. Yeah, but what the team that we're talking about now are absolutely immaculate. These people are really good people, and they're professional, they're committed, and that's what gives me the confidence. So I don't really care about this, because I know that this is Bitcoin. Yeah, I know that what we're experiencing now is Bitcoin shaking the market, and you get that kind of experience. You get this kind of final shakeout, this big test, this real kind of like, all right, crypto is dead, everything's going to zero. This is the opportunity that people have been waiting for, lower prices after a rally. Yeah, and it doesn't really matter. Look at this pump here, and then we had this kind of drop, right? And it dropped again, but it went right back up. It doesn't really matter for me if we're dropping and if we drop again, because I know we're going to go right back up. And what is happening in this market, because we've had such a long market downturn, we just have to turn them and move them, change the momentum. The momentum is to the downside still. Yeah, and I've explained about the momentum, I've talked about the momentum, and you just can't ignore the momentum. So unfortunately, it's just where we're at. You know, look, 2-week 50 moving average, it was still down. We've lost it. We're back underneath it now. We're just trying to change and shift these higher term moving averages to flat. Yeah, 4 weeks. We don't even have the 4 weeks 50. 10 days. Let's have a look at 10 days. We're trying to flatten out the momentum of the market. Let's have a look at the monthly midpoint. Okay, and I'm not telling people to just willy-nilly buy either. I've always been telling people to wait for the price to settle, wait for the price to bottom out, wait for the selling to stop. Yeah, eventually it will. Okay, and even though according to the Bybit we're losing the value area and it looks really bearish, yeah, if you go onto KuCoin, different exchange, slightly less volume, you can see that actually on KuCoin, if you look at the value area, we're just within it. Yeah, so look at that. So on KuCoin, you just look at this, we're just in the value area. The point of control didn't shift, and we're just coming back into the point of control on KuCoin. That's a different exchange. Obviously, Bybit has the most volume right now, but you see actually on KuCoin, we haven't even hit the point of control. If you go to another exchange like Gate, yeah, and you do exactly the same thing, yeah, slightly less volume than Bybit, and obviously my focus has been on Bybit because of the increase in volume. But again, Gate is basically doing the same thing. We're just coming back into the point of control. We're still within the value area. And if you go to MEX, it's exactly the same thing. So I'm not like freaking out here. Yeah, I'm not panicked. I'm just waiting for the price to settle. Okay. So 3 exchanges are saying the same thing. Right now, the only exchange that's different is Bybit. Okay. And Bybit at the moment is moving the price. And so because Bybit looks bearish, the price is starting to look bearish, right? Eventually, these exchanges, they're all going to come into at the rate we're going, 3.1 cents, and they're going to finally hit the point of control on all these 3 exchanges. And then the price at the very least will come into some kind of major higher time frame support. Okay, regardless of where Bybit is, because at the moment Bybit is showing that the price is underneath the value area. Okay, so there's divergence between what the exchanges are showing and where the volume is coming in. And then we'll have to see what happens. We have to see how the price reacts at 3.1 cents and take it from there. Really, it's as simple as that. All right, anyway, thank you, Don. I've never seen you before. But I appreciate you, and Craig as always. And all right, how's it going with your trading? I hope you're doing well. when it comes to investing in trading, when it comes to cyclical trading or market higher time frame market trading, and then obviously day trading and maybe even intraday trading or week to week trading or swing trading, I think what a lot of people don't understand is that the techniques and the strategies are different. Yeah. And most people don't understand that. They say, oh, he's a good trader, he's a bad trader, he's a shit trader, he's an amazing trader. But you know, some of the most successful traders will just take large spot positions and just hold it for multiple years and then just sell at the right time. Yeah. And they're not in and out of the market every day. They're not sharing screenshots of all their 15x, 1500x or whatever profit ROI on Bybit or whatever. Yeah. But they'll still make a shit ton of money because they accumulated at the right time and then they distributed at the right time. Okay. And fundamentally, you get a lot of people who come on and they have no idea. They talk about, oh, he can't be a good trader or he's not a good trader. I think in terms of like intraday trading, I've always said you risk 1%, you have an invalidation, you have your take profits, you take the trade and you move on to the next trade. Fundamentally, when I trade, I try to take my profit as soon as possible and I try to move on to the next trade. When I talk about certain tokens like TRVL, I'm not really talking about trading. I'm talking about long-term or higher time frame accumulation. Right now, the chart looks pretty miserable, right? Yeah, it doesn't look strong. Okay, but all that's potentially happening when you're looking at the candles is that the price is filling the gaps that are formed in the move up, and we're coming back down potentially right now into this red monthly candle to test it. It's like another test. And I think people don't see it, but what we're potentially forming here is some kind of triple bottom. Yeah. And this is actually the opportunity to buy, not the opportunity, it's not something to be spurned. Yeah. This could be a great opportunity if the price has the ability to find support somewhere here. Okay. If you form a triple bottom here, because the price has come into an order block where there's a lot of orders and the selling starts to slow down and starts to stop, and all these people who have sold, they're actually going to be looking to buy lower down, buy back, then actually this is going to look extremely bullish, not bearish at all. This is actually potentially looking bullish. We didn't have a double bottom, we didn't have an Adam and Eve, and maybe we didn't even have a Wyckoff accumulation. There is an accumulation in play, but it might not be a Wyckoff accumulation. But hey, I don't mind triple bottoms either. I really don't. I don't mind triple bottoms. I don't mind inverse head and shoulders. I think any bottoming pattern here would be I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm really okay with that, and I didn't get wrecked. But here the key is a higher low. Okay, so that's all I've been saying. I think we'll get it because you've got quite a nice buying wick here. Okay, so I am thinking potentially somewhere in this order block, in this monthly order block, you have a monthly level right here at the bottom. I think somewhere here we will get a higher low, right? At some point, the price is going to be so good that you're going to get people buy this, okay? And it could be by the end of this month. It could be. You could have one kind of dreadful month, June, and then the next month could be the buy up, and the next month could be the buy up, and then you could just be reversing this whole pattern. Right? And so a lot of people are really bearish on Bitcoin. Yeah, and they think Bitcoin is going to go down. And this is the problem as well, because there's a lot of people in social media that are saying Bitcoin is going to go down to 7K. I'm not quite seeing that just yet. Yeah, I'm not seeing that yet. I think there's some things that need to happen before we get to that point of desperation. And again, the same thing goes. If you get that desperation, I see it as an opportunity in a Bitcoin bull market or in a Bitcoin post-halving market, if you don't want to call it a bull market. You see here on the 3-day time frame, we haven't even hit the 50-day simple moving average once. Yeah, so we're still trending upwards, and still the momentum of the market is upwards. It's trending upwards. You see here on the weekly time frame, the 50 weekly moving average is trending upwards. It's at about 46k right now. Yeah, the last time the weekly moving average was trending upwards and the price hit it was at that drop in the last bull market, if you remember, that May crash, and look how the 50 weekly was able to easily hold the price for another rally. Yeah, last time we hit it here, it was a perfect test, and the price went up many times over. No, not many times over, but a couple of X up or something. Many X up. How many X was it? Like a 2X or 200% up. And so naturally, when people are talking to me and they're saying, oh my God, we're going down, I've seen it, we're going down to 5K or 7K. I just don't see that. I just can't see how that makes any sense whatsoever, because we haven't even lost certain the momentum lines. Yeah, I think it's just a test, and we just have to see what happens. Okay, I don't mind if people short, and if we get a short squeeze to go up, and that's what I'm looking for. Really, that's all it is. And the other thing to bear in mind, you see on the monthly time frame, obviously this is like the first time this has actually happened, isn't it? We haven't had this kind of price action where you have like monthly consolidation on the highs here. Is that a reversal? That's the question. Are we forming some kind of reversal pattern here? I think I would like to see one swing failure of the highs first before I get a reversal in my mind. Yeah, so without taking the liquidity from the absolute highs, I won't yet think that this is a reversal. Yeah, if we form some kind of bearish month now, okay, and then we go up the next month and we take out the liquidity and we fall back underneath the top of the highs with an increase in volume, then now I'm going to change my sentiment completely. I'll say, okay, this is potentially some kind of top. Yeah, I'm not going to be in that mindset until we have uncleared liquidity from the highs. Yeah, I'm not going to. You can see here previously we took out the liquidity before we dropped, and here I find it very unusual that we would drop without clearing the liquidity. And so naturally, my first thought here is that it's just the market's getting bearish, shorts are entering, and we might end up with a really crazy squeeze up. That's really what I'm thinking right now, right? And at the moment, we haven't even lost this big candle here with increasing volume. So until we lose that, I don't think we're going down. We just got to see what happens in this local range. I think we're coming into some levels here, and we have to see what happens next month and the month after. If we do go down, let's go down. It's not a big deal. I'm not fussed. And then the other thing people need to bear in mind, and this is what they don't really bear in mind when it comes to the wider market. The market is about a capital rotation, right? Bitcoin is coming into some major, Bitcoin dominance is coming to some major level of resistance soon. I'll be laughing my head off if Bitcoin suddenly starts dropping in price and altcoins start pumping to the moon. Yeah. And everyone who exited the market because they thought Bitcoin was weak and that would have a reflection on altcoins would be kind of caught off guard, because all of a sudden there's a massive capital rotation and actually the value of Bitcoin just floods back into the altcoins. I'd be laughing my head off. Yeah. Can you imagine if people sold all their crypto because they thought Bitcoin was going down, and actually Bitcoin did go down, but as a result altcoins all went up? It'd be really funny to experience that. But I just think it's really hard for people to preempt or predict the market, and just take it level to level on a day-to-day basis. Yeah, and that's really what we can do right now. Yeah, it's just pretty miserable, huh? Nothing really to write home about. Slerf is looking weak. Let's see where we're at. Let me have a look. I'm tempted to longer. I am tempted. But we haven't even, look at that. There's no strength. See that? Reaction of the 786. Reaction of the golden pocket. What's happening to Slerf is that it's clearing liquidity and it's just falling lower. Potentially I might stop doing Slerf. I don't know if people are interested anymore. I do think there's an opportunity here in the future if and when it bottoms out, but obviously people are looking at this and they're thinking, oh my god, this is scary. There is a harmonic here. It is a potentially some kind of bullish harmonic. We have to see how that plays out too. So while people are bearish, you know, you could always trade if there is something on the table for bullishness. I don't know, something like that, huh? Something like this. There is potential here for some kind of bullish harmonic. Let me just clear that. I don't know where this D would land. Potentially a swing failure would be correct. And then effectively what you'd be looking at is oh, I can't open the image. There it is. What's that cheat sheet? I want the cheat sheets. Copy image. So if you have a higher D, it's a bat. And then if you have a lower D, it's a butterfly. Okay, it's one of these two. Bat, butterfly. Because the C is lower than the A. This is the X. The B is higher than the X. And then the question here is the D. Okay, so you have the potential of a higher time frame bullish harmonic here. Yeah. Honestly, I think I would prefer this in the highs than the lows, personally. Yeah, for real bullishness. So I think if this whole harmonic was somehow in the highs here, and you're having this price action at the highs, that would be really bullish because you could potentially go up, because it would be still bullish price action in the highs. The momentum would be to the upside. So I think in the context of this harmonic, I'd be more favorable. It'd be more favorable for me if the momentum was going up. And so if you have this last dip, it would be really bullish, right? However, in the lows here, I'm just thinking relief rally. I'm not thinking bullish. Yeah, that's all I'm thinking. I'm thinking potentially if we do finish this harmonic somewhere here or here, wherever, probably a swing failure, to be honest with you, just looking at the price action here, then I'll be looking for some kind of reaction with a swing failure, and then I'll be looking for some kind of reaction, retracement to the value area low. Probably that first 236 would be your primary target. These bullish harmonics, they could have the legs to go all the way up to the 50%. Yeah, that would be quite strong though. It'd be back into the value area, but potentially if you do get back into the value area, that would be quite strong anyway. Yeah, and so you have to bear that in mind. If you do go down and bounce and you don't reject off the value area, you get back in, that's actually quite bullish. But then obviously you have some kind of neckline here that needs to be contended with. So you could go into the value area. It looks bullish, but actually all you're doing is forming some kind of bearish ranging consolidation for another drop down. Yeah, so just I think it could be a good opportunity to long, but just bear in mind it doesn't mean it's bullish. It could just be some kind of correction to go back down or to continue. And then obviously if we do have a really nice reaction and we do get some kind of really bullish reaction, then my target would be this high volume node, this 50% mark here. Yeah, so if you do go down, you get a really bullish reaction, then that I would be aiming for that 50% mark. and we'd have to see how the price reacts. So I am kind of keeping an eye on this harmonic, and let me draw it out for you so you kind of have an idea of what I'm thinking. First and foremost, I want to see the low taken, okay, this low. So I want to see a swing failure here, okay, and naturally I'll be looking at the 1 minute time frame for a high volume candle, which has a wick, which has a buying tail, so it goes underneath this line and it comes back up with increasing volume, okay. And I'll be looking at the 1 minute time frame for that. I will take the trade, and then my entry would be as the price comes back above the level, and then the invalidation will be the current low. It's slightly away from it, but basically the current low, yeah, because you don't really want to swing failure a major pivot and then go back up and then go down, yeah, because you wouldn't want to be in that trade. And then, you know, let's see what happens. That's kind of what I'm thinking in terms of timings. This is obviously a higher time frame daily timings, but we should see. It's hard to tell. Yeah, this weekend. I think this weekend. Get the 618. It will either be this weekend or if it's the one. Yeah, I think this weekend. Yeah. Maybe we can bottom out this weekend. That's what I'm thinking. And so what I've noticed with Slerf, it doesn't always land correctly on the 618 or the 1. It sometimes kind of lands somewhere in the middle. And it could be next weekend too. Like, I don't know. I'm not 100%. But the first kind of area that I'll be looking at, like not before this weekend. This weekend would be with the 618. And the next weekend would be the 1. And so the question then here is, if you do kind of swing failure, do you have another one? Yeah, do you have 2? Do you have a reaction, but we still have a bearish continuation for the actual pivot? Yeah, so that's something to bear in mind. So you kind of had that up here, didn't you? You kind of had the first push, and then you had the next push, didn't you? And so sometimes you get that kind of price action, even in the lows here. You see we had one push, although we made higher lows here, but we did have like a few attempts to go down before it reversed. The only one we didn't have was here, which was just a straight reaction. And so it'd be good to see what happens here. So keep an eye on this. I'll set an alert here. Let's have a look at this as well. It's a good level, huh? It's a good price to find support. Somewhere here in this pocket here, this 1712172 and this 1414. This is kind of, in my mind, this is a big good place to find support, at least temporarily. All right. Let me try something here as well. So that one to that one. 11618. What's that one? One 618, huh? Let's see then. 618. It was slightly earlier than 1618. All right. All right. Anyway, what else is there? I'm probably going to go now, actually. I apologize for that outburst earlier. Some idiot coming onto my channel and just making shit up. Obviously, just an idiot. But, you know, I like to... I'm a nice person. I'm not a bad person. But if someone comes on and starts making shit up, then I'm not going to just take it. I'm gonna stand up for myself. I don't understand, because I've been talking about BTC being bearish for a good part of 10 days. I literally don't understand. I don't know how anyone could have been watching me for the last 10 days and been bullish. I really don't understand it. I have to find some videos and try and prove it, I guess. Look, BTC ready for 63k, alts in trouble. What did I say there? This. Look at this. Look. I'm not like imagining up, I'm imagining down. I even have a trade plan to go down, not to go up. And I'll just explain what is required for up. But look at this. Slerf. How can anyone say, look, he's not here, yeah? He's not here, right? Because he's an idiot. But how can anyone say that I was bullish? And how can anyone say I was shorting this? This was my plan and I shorted this, yeah? So I don't know how anyone could say, and I posted this on Twitter, and I think a lot of people were surprised because of my projection. Was like, it doesn't make sense, does it? Look at that. How did he come up with that? And what's funny is that it's gone much further than what I imagined. That's what's funny. So it just kept on going. And look, I even did a side-by-side comparison with TRVL. Yeah, Slerf on the left, TRVL on the right, TRV weekly, Slerf daily, and I was saying that they look very similar. And actually, I think I was implying that Slerf probably was going to go down, wasn't I? Okay. Actually, in this context, I tell you something, TRVL is really strong because Slerf has already lost the neckline down here and it's already into the lows, whereas TRVL is still fighting. Yeah. So this is actually, it wasn't a bad thing to see. I don't know how that idiot can say that shit. Idiot. Here, this is where I was bullish 12 days ago. So 12 days ago I was bullish, and then when I was bullish, yeah, on Slerf, I was still looking for down. Yeah, I was still looking for the price to correct down. I still had my harmonics going down. And the reason why I was bullish on BTC is obviously because we're pushing in the highs. But what I was looking for was it was forming a rounding top. This is what I thought. I thought it needed to take our highs, find support, and flip the daily level into support to go up. What it actually did was it swing failured the highs and it dropped. So it did a kind of combination of these ideas. It went down into my key level and we didn't get a V shape. Instead, we got this long consolidation down here. And it was then the next day that I said, this is bearish. Yeah. And so when I went back into, when you go back into my video, it was 11 days ago. Yeah. Which is this video. That's Slerf, isn't it? Spent a lot of time on Slerf. This is what I was expecting. Look, up. And this is what I needed to see. I needed to see support here to go up. But here, this is what I was expecting, an up and then down. Look, see that? So I was expecting an up and then a rejection, and it did that. It actually did that. It was surprisingly enough. What time frame is that? It's 15-minute time frame. Where is it? It was here. Look. See that? Where is it? Didn't go up as high as I thought it could, but effectively it was here. It kind of went up to there and it dropped, and it did come back up, but it kind of made a more sharper turn. Here I had it a little bit more prolonged. Anyway, the point is that I haven't been, I've been on top of this right from the beginning. So I don't know what the guy is saying. Really annoying. A little bit of a buying tail here on the 1 hour time frame. A little bit of a buy up here. Well, how is that reflecting in Slerf? Let's have a look. It's a tricky one, because right now in Slerf you're looking at a triple bottom. It's got a good, really easy invalidation for a long. But would you buy that? The invalidation is obviously this low. It's a really tight invalidation. I will speculatively buy that. I do like to speculate. I think I don't think it's going to go up, but I think speculatively I like to buy shit like that and see what happens. Easy invalidation. Literally, it's not as tight as I want, but literally risking not much. We'll probably get stopped out. If we hadn't put in a higher high here, I probably wouldn't do that. Just because if you put in a higher high there. So if you put in a higher low here, then actually that's a good setup. But you just don't know. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if there's enough support here, or if we take out the low again. You could probably long that too, but it would be, again, it wouldn't be a hold. It would be a scalp. I think possibly we're going down. Right, I'm going to end my stream, guys, and then I'll probably chat to you tomorrow. I'm not going to make any recordings today. We'll probably do it later. Thanks, RH, Craig, and Dom. Appreciate you. And Cactus Cake obviously had to go. And anyone else who's watching it, thank you.